Welcome back to discussions on the Sefer Birkas HaTzaddik by the Tzaddik of Vernana, Ben La'Oshri, and the Birkas HaTzaddik is the summary of the palatable Divrei Torah. Parshas Tisa, he says there are 5 different inyanim in this Parsha, which correspond to 5 different parts of the neshama. He says, Parshas Tisa Mevarim Chamisha Inyanim. In Parshas Tisa, it is explained five of these concepts, subjects. One of them, first, shkalim, the shekel, the coins, which corresponds to neged hanefesh, which corresponds to the soul, right? Because we know the machzis shekel, it represents each individual person. As it says, kofer nafsho, an atonement for the soul. The second thing, kior, was the laver, which corresponds to neged haruach, the spirit of the person. Shehu shochin timidi etzel hamayim, which always is by the water. As it says in Bereshis, veruach elokim meracheves al pnei hamayim, that the spirit of Elokim was hovering on the waters. Next, and furthermore, before we continue, the ruach, the sota was actually checked. Shenichnas ba ruach tuma shtos, the ruach tuma went into her, entered her, and the folly, nivdekas b'osan hamayim, that was checked with the water. And when you think about it, the water corresponds to the kior because you could see your reflection in the kior. It was metal. You could see your reflection in metal, like a mirror. And also even in water, you look in the water, kamayim upon him, that you look in the water, you see a reflection back. So it fits very nicely that is represented by the kior, and the kior represents the ruach, the spirit. Third, Ktoras, neged haneshama, which corresponds to the neshama, the incense. Komram, as it says in the Gemara Brachos, ezu dover shehaneshama nenes mimenu zereach. What is it that the neshama, the soul, gets hana from, benefit and pleasure? That is the smell. That's why on Shabbos, we're losing our neshama yisera, we lose our extra neshama. So by Havdalah, we make the bracha on besamim because it's so to speak, to satisfy the piece that we're missing. Our neshama yisera goes back to Shemayim, and therefore we kind of replenish it. It should not affect the body in such a devastating way. We smell the besamim. The fourth thing that is mentioned, Mishkan, the Mishkan, neged b'chinas chaya, shehi b'chinas makif. It corresponds to the aspect of chaya, which is an aspect of surrounding, meaning that is not something which is like the life force. It's not something necessarily that's in the person, but rather, as the explanation says, it's makif alav mibachutz. It surrounds him. Same concept, even like by sukkah, the or hamakif. There's a light when a person puts on a beged. You should not put on 2 pieces of clothing because we want to allow the or hamakif, the light that surrounds each garment, to envelop a person. And if you wear 2 things at once, you are preventing one of the layers, the ore, from getting in. So that's the fourth thing. The fifth is Shabbos. Shabbos is neged b'chinas yechida, which corresponds to the aspect of yechida, singularity. Kedisa b'Zohar Kodesh, as it says in the Zohar, Mahu Shabbos. What is Shabbos? Shema Dekucha B'chu. That is the name of Hashem. Shabbos is the name of Hashem. As we say in the Piyut, yechida leyachadach, meaning Yechida, if you think about it, Yechida is one and only, singularity. That's Keneged Shabbos, is when we become one Kaviyachal with Hashem. So thank you again. That was Parshas Tisa from the Sefer Birkas HaTzaddik, which is based on Ben La'Oshri by Rav Yitzchak Hoberman. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.